Have you ever noticed that when you get stuck in a place of fear, it takes over everything in your mind and in your being, and it's almost impossible to take action? That's because future fear kills present pleasure. I had to record that about 6 times because I kept not being able to say it. Say that 10 times, it's quite a tongue twister. But yes, that's what we're going to talk about today. Fears, doubts, what is fear, why do we have the fears, and what you can do about them. First, if this is your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda Barrientez. I'm the founder of NFA Coaching, the host of the Max Potential Habits podcast. This is your place where every week I bring you tips, tools, and inspirational interviews to help you max your potential by optimizing your habits so you can thrive in your life and your business. This podcast is my baby. It's my jam. It's something I absolutely love doing because I think it's really important to offer free information to people to help them do better, be better, have more, create meaningful and joyful lives. And something that really keeps us stuck across the board, everyone I've ever met, including myself, is fear. I love this quote by Joseph Campbell. He says, "The cave you fear to enter contains the treasure which you seek." Ooh, think about that for a minute. The cave you fear to enter contains the treasure which you seek. What he's saying there is that as you lean into your fears, it's actually a roadmap to you discovering the next part of yourself, the next evolution of yourself. It's that treasure of, what am I scared of? What am I doubting? What don't I want to lean into? What do I want to not face? What do I want to avoid? When you ask yourself those powerful questions where you get self-reflective and you go into the moment and go, what am I really afraid of? It's very powerful. But the thing that's interesting is we often don't want to face our fears. We want to avoid them. We want to run away from them. We want to have them. We really want to eliminate them. And the thing that's beautiful about fears is that they're actually providing you with a roadmap toward where you want to go. And I'm not talking about real physical danger. We have obviously a survival system mechanism that when we're in real physical danger and our life is actually at threat, the fear response is very powerful, and listen to it, right? That's instinct and impulse, and we need that to survive. The problem is your brain doesn't know the difference between your imagined fears and actual fears. So you can actually watch a movie and be scared, and your brain thinks it's real. You can make up a whole bunch of limiting thoughts in your mind, and your brain thinks it's real. And so it's constantly protecting you from having those things happen because what you're thinking about is fear, 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 and that survival instinct is powerful. So if you're stuck in that fear space, you want to get out of it. Let's talk a little bit about what the 7 primary fears are. So if you've been following me for a while, you know my 3 pillars are personal power, win-win relationships, and money mastery. And I blocked these out into personal power fears first, 1, 2, and 3. So 1, fear of breaking morals and ethics. So it's this idea that I am a bad person. I'm not enough. I'm a bad person. I'm afraid that I'm bad. Number 2, fear of not being good enough in your intelligence, your appearance, your skills, something you're taking on. I've talked about this in other podcasts as imposter syndrome. So it's this idea that even though you have a track record of success and a history of success, you don't believe that you're good enough. And then there's number 3, the fear of failure and alternatively of success. I actually hear a lot of people talk about the fear of success and how they go, what if I get so successful I can't manage the responsibility? What if I get so successful that my friends don't like me? And I really love this quote by Marianne Williamson. She says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Oh, I love that quote. That is one of my all-time favorites, and it highlights so much. It's talking about how fear keeps us out of the glory of what we were here to do. It hides our light, and it has us playing small. She uses the word shrinking. I love that. We shrink ourselves to fit the spaces that we've outgrown because we're afraid that we're going to lose people if we become more powerful, because we're afraid that we'll be too much. There's so much juice here. And if this is you, remember to read about imposter syndrome. Go back and look and listen to some of my episodes. I have other episodes on fear as well. Fear is a big one. We all suffer from it. And it's a powerful force that if we don't learn how to master, will master us. So I'm going to give you some tips for that. Okay, so the fourth fear, win-win relationship, under win-win relationships, is the fear of rejection. We often will minimize ourselves, change ourselves, alter ourselves. We will disconnect from ourselves in order to be connected to people because we're so afraid of being rejected. Number 5, fear of losing loved ones or their respect and love. So losing love and rejection are very similar, but it goes even a little deeper. And then the money mastery fears. Number 6, fear of not making enough money. So this is a survival-based threat. And the fear of making too much money. Number 7, appearing greedy, selfish, or having an identity loss. And these are all overlapping, and you can tell they're overlapping, right? If you have a fear that making too much money, that's similar to the fear of too much success, which is alternate of the fear of failure, and all of that has to do with the fear of outshining other people. When we get to that upper limit of ourselves and we start to fear that we're going to outshine other people, we minimize and shrink. There's so much going on here. It's so powerful. So whatever your fear is, these are the action steps I want you to take this week in order to eliminate your fear, which is a future-based worry. You're thinking about something that has yet to come. You're focused on the future, which takes you out of the present moment and the pleasure and joy and inspiration you could experience in the present moment. Inspiration is only a feeling you can experience, or something that you can experience by being present in the moment. If you're stuck in fear, you can't experience joy in the moment. If you're stuck in fear, it means you're out of gratitude. If you're stuck in fear and worry, it's because you're afraid that something that's going to happen in the future is going to have more drawbacks than benefits, and you're making up limiting stories. So the action steps I want you to take this week. Number 1, this is so simple, but so powerful. Do it and DM me and let me know how it goes. Take a screenshot of this and let me know that you did it, because it's freaking powerful and it's so overlooked. Write down your fears. Naming your fears by writing them down often will help you shift. I can't tell you how many times I work with clients and they're like, they don't even recognize they're scared. I'm like, what are you scared of? And they're like, oh, I don't know is the first answer. I go, let's dig. Within a couple minutes, we unfold what they're afraid of, and then it can shift because you're mindful about it and you can be present with it, and then you can do number 2. For each and every fear, write down every possible solution. Every single solution you can think of. I want you to write down 20, 50, 100, however many solutions there are, and then take action on one immediately. So number 3, take action on one of those solutions that you wrote down immediately. And in number 4, I want you to notice how you feel when you're being present and in action. Has your fear dissipated? Has it changed form? Do you feel more empowered? Are you out of your mind of this future fear, worry, and you're into action? So instead of passive inaction and worry and doubt and fear, you're taking strategic action in a direction to boost your confidence and connect with where you want to go. And that helps to shift the fear. And then number 5, do it all again tomorrow. Do this every day. Anytime you feel a sense of fear, take 5 minutes, write it down, write down some solutions, take action on one. So number 1, name your fears by writing them down. Number 2, for each fear, write every possible solution. Number 3, take action on just one immediately. Number 4, notice how you feel when being present and in action. And number 5, do it all again tomorrow. Don't let fear hold you back from living your dreams. You're a powerful, incredible being. I believe in you. You're awesome. If you were in my office with me right now, I'd be giving you hugs, high fives, and telling you how amazing you are so you can get into action and do what you were born to do, which is to thrive and feel alive. And last, real quick, I have a really fun and new project called Daily Money Love Notes. So go to www.dailymoneylovenotes.com. Check it out. I know you're going to love it. Okay. Have an incredible Max Potential week where you thrive and feel alive. I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Max Potential Habits podcast. If you're liking what you've heard, it would be so incredibly awesome if you would subscribe to the channel and leave a 5-star rating and a written review. This helps me help more people while we grow our NFA community so we can rock it out together. For Max Potential Habits resources, go to nfacoaching.com where you can access all of my resources. There's free ebooks, PDF checklists, a journal template, a business mindset meditation kit, and so much more. Plus, links to NFA coaching on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And if you're super serious about up-leveling, there's also a link to schedule a free consult to work with me in group or one-on-one coaching. Until next time, I hope you have a Max Potential Habits Day where you get inspired to do whatever it takes to transform into the most empowered version of yourself so you can lead a rich, thriving, kick-ass life and business.